أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسولنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear brothers and sisters, today we're talking about modern medicine and traditional treatments. We will have a short conversation of 20 minutes. Although it was planned, the details of our work can be found in our books, our YouTube channels, or any other academic publications that we published so far. So you can be and you can follow, dear friends. First of all, traditional medicine practices are planned more on getting to the root, not the mother symptoms, but rather it targets stroke. That's why we call as a reason. You can think of diseases when we get to the root. Modern medicine, the most important issue that he didn't take into the consideration was the cell. Cleaning and repairing the cell is really of importance. Processes such as new entrant implementation in modern medicine, nothing was followed. More regulating an elevated blood pressure, or to make happy by seeing something elevated, or open an existing vein, that are considered a success, and treatments are thus. When we get to the truth, these are make repeated and continuous drug use. This is the way on one side. Always by using these drugs it causes some problems. Well, if I tell you something like this, if it were possible, even if it is possible, you clean a cell again and direct it to the task, what would happen? How would you contribute to the treatment of diseases? How does the table progress? Giving this an example, you work in an office, let it be an architecture office and an engineering office, and in this office our architect receives a certain amount of salary while working. These projects have a specially equipped computer to do, and while doing all this he becomes motivated, that is, he does this job himself. One where they treat him like a human. There is living space. And of course, I'm asking you, while this person is performing his current work, if we do not pay our salary for this reason, what would happen as a result? Or if you buy the computers you have with all this job waiting, getting results, what's the probability? This is not possible. In these conditions, this person seems to have no chance of producing results. He's not going to be able to stay because he's out of motivation. Because even if he wants to work, he will find himself in the environment. You don't have a punctured vehicle, needs equipment, no computer or programming or anything. All this brings to the end of the work there. But the architect, engineers continue to be there. And imagine with your eyes standing there, the cell is standing there, and the cell, all the blood flows, looks good too. Despite all this, the visual acuity of the eye is lost. Nearsighted space mission and double vision. What's going on? What's going on, he's asking. Here, the mentioned study, he does not find any crime in the mentioned study. We are the cell. We can't see the effect and get the results. When we ask, I tell you that we did not provide food for the eye cells. It spoiled the working environment. That's why we will meet right now. He lost his vision and lost his ability to see. What are we doing, friends? We are wearing glasses. Supports the ability to bury. Is there any mistake in this? Of course not. There is a mistake here. No one would. It is an approach and it is correct. You get results because it doesn't rely on that number. If you find this normal and in the end now you're showing it, you'll be unable to see it all. You think this is it? Well, now I'm looking at it upside down. I say this eye cell. The reason why it doesn't work is because of contamination, and I took that contamination into the account. I did a detox and cleansed the body. Then I said that this eye cell, it's unpaid salary basically. So salary, some foods, I started to get those pictures going to that cell, to that eye. I opened the vascular access, that is, I performed a detox for the veins. A detox that opens the vascular pathway and as well as a nutrient that nourishes the eyes and cells, and now all this in Union District. Over the time, I saw that this cell returned to its function once again because we have cleansed it properly. Just like an architect who does not do his job in a workplace, when I think about salaries again, I'll buy a new computer. It's like it's now operational, nutrition, and I looked at the treatment relationship this way. That is what a person needs to be treated, basic information. The information to the question, first of all, why is not working? Why is it lacking in functions? I believe that that person should first cleanse his body, and regarding this I studied chemistry before the faculty of medicine. Nutrition in a way that integrates the chemistry of food with biochemistry of the body. Planned well. I believe that humans should develop chemically appropriate nutritional methods. You reminded me what the emotional world is. I said the emotional world is a commander. If you feed very well, even if you produce great cells with high quality, remind me of the fact that this runs that cell. I mean, your basically emotions run that cell. So I say you can have good soldiers. I mean, it's like having good cells. Having good soldiers is not enough because you also need a good commander who is good and talented. He once again led magnificently equipped army. It needs a commander of the same quality. Then it is necessary to remind a good commander to be a commander because you are in the top level and you're calling out, but the cells does not basically obey your commandment. Fear, panic, anxiety, unrest, and surrender to a commander who's not really good at all. Therefore, these high-quality cells, will you be afraid of the quality of service they will serve you? Fair, high quality you will receive from its basically course in a very high quality. This means you will live with the spirit of the world. So if you don't laugh at the failing, being well fed will not be enough for your treatment. You will not find the answer to the question why there are deficiencies. The participation of physical integrity is also traced in this way. People in the healing process, in fact, even if they are aware that they are sick due to malnutrition, that is, to our listeners, for a similar feeling, for example, people are right with wrong guidance. Even though we agree on this, nevertheless, unfortunately, you think about the answer to the question when you are thinking of answer. Is it possible to develop through nutrition? Actually, I got surprised, and I will surprise you and made you think maybe about the possibility of the such thing. I need to remind you of the philosophy that people can get up from where they fall. Yes, people become ill. He or she will get better by feeding again. Even without nutrition, he have been practiced about healing, treatments, practices, approaches will remain incomplete, they will remain forever. Yes, one touch of course. It will contribute, but it will not be able to manage the processes related to the permanence of the touch. Why do you think? Because people had already become ill due to malnutrition. They were sick with wrong feelings. Am I correct? But I gave the person a medicine. I made a mess. I tried to give way. I didn't contribute to the person. I have tried this supplement. It is worth more than my head. It relieves the symptoms easily, attack, but it does not cure. Actually, many of you are aware of the fact that it does not cure you. I think you must have experienced it because we have lived in our world. When we're talking about nutrition, of course, first of all, since we're calling it cleaning, we use a special technique to clean an intestinal system. Make it happen after liver with a special approach. That is having a practice called rejuvenating fasting. Right now, lots of aging. What we experience is what we are sure of as we get older. With a method, people experience intermittent hunger. they try to cure you with water diets, but you can take these efforts again, and it gives you good news that they will get the results that is needed. The results they get will be in the direction of healing the diseases. The fault in this starvation process is what we call anabolic, that is destruction and construction cycle. And of course the style. Since the destruction is too strong, the diseased cells will be destroyed and will begin to heal here. It will open a door. However, since the building was left unattended, new cells will go wrong. What if the wrong protein from oxidized structures comes? Because it will be produced. The burden brought by this oxidation will be starting the aging. We will be sharing details on how to actually install it with you. So far, in weight management resulting from manufactured results that make people swim upstream. Why do you gain or lose weight? This approach eats away at your metabolism. I would like to remind you that it is necessary to get rid of this approach because people generally can get permanent results in sustainable methods. Otherwise, a temporary method would not do anything to you. You go through the process of losing weight, then you lose it and gain more weight back because there is longing for bread and food. It is not a fat. How can he lose weight and restrict calories? Of course, it's too much difficulty. This year, as the body enters the austerity policy, your hands will be cold and your field will be cold as you enter into the contract. Your hair will fall out, but you lose weight. Look, you lose weight. You are very happy. What happens next? What you miss is old bread. What you miss is fatty foods. High in fact, they are oxidizing foods. You will have to gain a high level of weight again with shitty food. We have no choice because you missed it. It didn't happen to me either. In fact, you can do everything you love in one place by developing methodology that transforms everything. We will be sharing the practicality of losing weight. I want you to know, stay with your lover. I really hope that it was enlightening for you and really taking you to the insights of the core of the beliefs that we have here. So I hope that it was really enlightening for you and useful for you, and I hope this material will be used in the positive manners in order to be able to heal from the diseases in the correct way. I'd like to thank on my behalf to Dr. Hüseyin Khan Büyükezer for GİMDES' support with regard to enlightening and conveying the right message to the society, to our Muslim brothers and sisters. So I'd like to thank my colleagues under the GİMDES as well, and I'd like to know if you have some questions regarding this topic. I would more than happy to be able to answer your questions. Once again, brothers and sisters, I would like to thank you so much for listening me from very beginning until the end, and I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope that you will use this practice in order to be able to enlighten yourself, and of course in order to be able to apply it to your lives by cleansing your whole body regarding the diseases. Dear brothers and sisters, thank you once again. وآخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Dear brothers and sisters.